we're now being recorded on the screen. So if you're watching this, it means you have some interest in colour vision deficiency, and it certainly means that you might be interested in being a specialist. So I'm going to go around and we're going to introduce each other and just let us know, are you a specialist? What's your interest in colour vision deficiency? And I'd like these meetings to be once a month. And what we don't want is for them to drag on. So whatever happens at 5 o'clock, it will finish. Like half an hour is the most.
You mean 6?
6.
6.
Thank you. At 6 o'clock, I've had a tough day. At 6 o'clock,
I was about to walk off then. I was like, oh, we're done then. No.
So at 6 o'clock, this will finish. But that doesn't mean to say that the conversation finishes. There's a WhatsApp group, there's loads. But I think if this went on for hours and hours and hours, you'd be less keen to come next month. Keep
Recording
them short,
in progress.
Keep them sharp, keep them good. So I'm Gary Kasulu. I discovered this colour vision deficiency about 2 years ago, and I'm happy to share that story, but I'm more keen on what all your factors are. So who wants to go next? Who wants to tell us who they are?
I'll go first. This is I'm Raman. This is my wife Jeeta, and we are based 7 miles east of Swindon. We have our own practice. We're joint owners of a little independent practice, and we joined Gary as clients in around November, December, and then from there on, during the meetings with Gary around social media, he'd open up with the COLORON pitch that I've got this amazing new thing and and then suddenly, without really thinking about it too much, we're in the COLORON. I am colour deficient.
He is colour deficient himself.
So I'm really excited about moving this forward. So I'm an optometrist. Jeeta's got a jewellery background. So she's kind of dragged into the optics world, and it keeps me grounded.
And you're lovely people to look after. Who would you like to pick to go next? It's your call. Harsh, Harinder, Ayaz, your call.
Next one along from my upper bar is Steve, is he? Nicholas.
He's on the screen.
And of course Steve. Steve is
yeah, Steve, yeah. Well, it'll be me talking about there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello. Okay, look, I'm on it. Oh, so I'll let you finish talking there. Okay, so my name's Steve Nicholson. I've spent God knows how many years in the optical trade, many years, up to sort of national level, working in practice and all the rest of things, really. I am colour deficient. I'm a strong proton. Okay, I'm also a professional cricket umpire. Okay, and if you know anything about sports, okay, you'll know that a red ball on a green background is not fantastic for anybody that's colourblind. I'm a strong proton, okay. And I bumped into that Gary there at 100% optical there, and looking for some time really for a solution that can see the possibilities, particularly for independent opticians. With regard to, colour vision, it's an untapped market, if you like, So I bumped into him there and thought, oh, wow, I didn't realise I had a go at it. And sure enough, made me a strong proton, and got chatting from there onwards and put something together in terms of it, because cricket is uniquely exposed to colour vision, along with many other sports. Okay, and it's something certainly an independent optics can take a huge opportunity for them in terms of sports vision alone. So it's very interesting the way that it's actually done. And I've got a pair of specs right in front of me, actually, a pair of COLORONs right in front of me. So I understand, and having worked in practice, independent practice, multiples and up to national level with some big guns, I know the potential for this.
Oh, it's so exciting, and with the time constraints we have, we'll move on quite quickly. Who wants to go next to tell us who we are? We've just been joined by the Hungarians, which is a big hello to Balázs. Balázs, we're just introducing ourselves. We've said that we're going to limit this meeting to half an hour. The agenda is everyone's going to meet each other. And then after we've introduced each other, I'm going to go through a little bit of a story of how I met Balázs. And then we'll give Balázs an opportunity to say hello. and then we'll go through some more practical tips on how we market this thing, what the patient journey should be, how much it should cost, and answer any questions that you have. How's that sound? Steve, who do you pick next? Who do you fancy listening?
I don't know. Actually, take a pick. I don't know. Whoever wants to volunteer next.
I'll go. Right. So my name is Ayaz. I've got my practice in Feltham, West London. Gary's been a friend of mine for I don't know how many years. We met initially, I think in around 2008. I said, "Oh, you were in optometry today, weren't you, on the cover?" He goes, "Yeah, that was me." So, and since then, we've bumped into each other at, conferences and I did take the jump and Gary with bit noise in the background. Join Gary with right. And I'm getting a repetition. I don't know.
I think
Yeah.
it's our new person.
Hang on.
Let
No,
me,
it's their side. Their side.
1 second. Let me just try that again. Right. I think it's.
My train tickets on Ishihara.
I'm going to remove Luke.
I don't know
Lost
what.
both of them.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Harry, do you want to tell us who you are?
Yes, guys, my name's Harindo or Harry. I met Gary, I don't know how long ago, about 20 years ago, and we just connected back again on Monday after 12 years. I'm an optometrist. I live in Mallorca in Spain. I frequently travel to the UK to do locum optometry work. Gary just kindly did a podcast with me 2 days ago. I'm really passionate about self-development and personal development, and we're working together on a project that's going to be in line with that for optometry. And he shared with me about these amazing concept about color vision. So I'm actually just come along here to find out more about it, to see how I can spread the good word, hopefully. Thanks, Gary.
Welcome. So we've still got we've still got 2 to go. Do you want to carry on now that you've come back? Oh, he's on mute.
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. So basically, Gary told me about COLORON, and I was intrigued and came to 100% optical. We tested out, and there was this guy who sells these lights, and he was color deficient, and I was like, oh wow, he didn't pass the test. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see what his results were with the lenses. I think Gary, did you see him afterwards? And I think it must have made a difference. And then I tried out on my dad, who's color deficient, and lo and behold, it worked.
Because you were taking them home. When I got to you, you were taking them home to your dad. So far, out of maybe 150 people, I've done a lot of tests. Only one person has said it doesn't really work. It's not really made them better. That's not a bad innings. So Balaz, who are you, sir? What's your involvement in COLORON?
Do you hear me? Great.
Yeah.
So it's great to see you all. I'm really happy to join this call. My name is Balaj. I'm the commercial manager of COLORON. I've been working on this project for 3 years, and I met Gary 1 year ago, or almost 1.5. So it was last year at 100% Optical, where he told me that maybe there is something to do about this in the UK. Since then, we are working on to start this journey, this wonderful journey in the UK. So what I can just quickly tell you, our company, our background, it's a clinical company, medical engineering Ltd. So we take this seriously. Our group is 50 people working only on this project, all developments and everything for more than 10 years now. And yeah, we would love to see more and more happy faces, because I think that's the best part when you see the kid's face on a grown man, when they just suddenly see that, okay, the world is changing. So actually, this is why I'm doing this.
That's lovely. Harsh, you are a practitioner that loves helping young people. We worked together for a while. Do you just want to quickly introduce yourself, and then we'll jump into this?
Hi guys, nice to meet you all. I'm Harsh. I'm in independent practice, not too far from Mohammed, in Hillingdon, West London. And Gary and we've known each other for many years. He looks after my social media marketing very well, and we share a lot of views together. And yeah, I've come here with a very open mind. I see a lot of children with learning difficulties. I guess, yes, as an optometrist, my main function is to try and get people to enjoy their eyesight. And an area where we always get stuck is somebody's color deficient. And I shrug my shoulders and say, well, I can't do anything about it. Hopefully, COLORON is, I don't really know anything about the product. I was not 100% optical. So I'm here to learn and see if I can apply this in my own practice.
So in the ecosystem of optics, I sit in the dispensing optician section. And dispensing opticians study lenses and frames. And we don't really, other than Pipe and Rapley's anatomy, we only understood rods and cones. So this was a very unusual mixture, hybrid. Look, I know about lenses, but I don't know about this. And as we all know with controlling myopia, the lens has a medical essence to it. It changes the actual lens. Wow. So what Balaz, please correct me if I'm wrong, and I want you to correct me. As I understand it, at my level of understanding, the rods and the cones, somewhere in between, is a level of confusion. And this lens happens to almost straighten out the level of confusion so we can see color. Now, if you want a more in-depth, deeper, PhD level answer, watch the podcast, because then they go into it much more and we can answer any questions you want. But just for now, just accept that 150 people I've tested personally, 149 it's blown their minds. Balaz, would you say that was a fair... That he's smiling. I don't know if he's going to come on and go. So let's talk about the journey of...
I mean, you're almost there, I can say. So we are only talking about the cones. Because as far as I know, just the translation, what I don't know, the rods is for seeing in the dark, right?
Yeah.
So yes. So the cones are, and especially the red and green cones are overlapping because they are too close to each other and the signals are overlapping. And we are just helping to remove this confusion zone, and then your brain is adapting to this new situation. And actually we are training the brain to perceive better colors and have a better differentiation capability. And I'm sure that's what I want to offer to you, Gary.
Thank you. And I'm sure you clinicians will have even more questions about this, and I will make sure all your questions are answered. But I've just kept it on the level of a dispensing optician for now. So if we talk about the story, because the story, how did this happen? Well, Hungary are a big exporter of tomato ketchup. There happened to be a security guard, like a person there that said, look, this ketchup isn't red enough. The Hungarians thought to themselves, this is something has to be wrong with this particular guard. Let's look into this. He was color deficient, and really one scientist devoted a lot of time to figuring it out and made some progress. That particular scientist approached Balaz's company, and they've progressed it even further. As you've heard, they've got a lot of people working on this, 3 PhD students, and they've made a breakthrough. Now, because of Brexit, as I understand it, Brexit had some impact in why we didn't get this into the UK. It came to the UK and it was under a PPC categorization. So when I first said I'll do this, Abdod said to me, do not touch this product until it's in its correct category. So poor Balaz had to do a lot of work to get it to be a grade 1 medical device. And now we're at that point. You can contact the AOP, the GOC, Abdo. It's a safe product for our patients to use. So we're at that point now. 1 year, it was 2 years almost since I first met Balaz, and now we have the green light to go ahead. And I'd like to talk to you about the patient journey, and then I'm going to show you what's in the box when you get it. So Ishihara is 110 years old. Some of those Ishihara plates are faded. So even if you test somebody and the Ishihara happens to be a bit old, you're going to miss a few. And it's actually needs to be interpreted well. I've seen optometrists, when the patient says, oh, is that a 7? And it's not quite a 7, they say, oh, it's fine. Actually, that's not very accurate. We have these guys have created an AI device that within about 35 seconds, 45 seconds, it will tell if you're color deficient. So when your patient comes into your practice and you say, do you still live here? Can you sign this form? Oh, and by the way, we have this new test that we'd like to try. And you give it to man, woman, or child of any age. And what you'll find is 6% of your patients will say, actually, I can't see all the colors, and it will come back and it will say, your color vision needs some kind of enhancement. So they then go into your testing room. Here the testing is up to you. If you want to take them in your room and say, would you like me to go through a more enhanced specific test, that one takes about 10 to 15 minutes. And some practitioners here will be charging around £20 for that extra test, maybe 30, maybe 40. That's up to you. Would you do it free? Would you give the money back if they buy the product? As a marketeer, I would say charge, and then if they get the solution, take it off. But that really is up to you as practitioners. So you do the enhanced test. That tells you which lens to give. Now, there's a number of different lenses to give. So you get them to put the lenses on with their RX, and you ask them to start looking at white around you. And I would love Steve to come in here, or Raman, because they both tested it and they both know what this is like. So they put it on, and my observation of what I've seen is after a minute or so, the patient starts saying, I can definitely tell something is happening. And this smile starts to creep up. And they're saying, something's happening. And what I found is the more mature the patient, the longer you have to leave it on. So around 10 minutes is about the right time. If it's a youngster, it's less than that. Balaz, how am I doing so far with the accuracy? I really want to stay accurate.
I just wanted to jump in to add something, because I think the quick tester, as we call it, I think this is why Gary is the marketer guy, because he's calling it the AI tester, which is used is actually some sort of technology, definitely. The quick tester is great for screening, for rapid screening, to offer it to, I don't know, to schools, to local audiences, but you can also use in your practice. How we see it happening locally, so to say, they also perform the professional test, because it really does look professional. It really looks awesome on a tablet or iPad. And what's more, you can also get a result page, which I can quickly just show you, if you let me, Gary, because we just updated this result page. Do you see my shared screen?
Almost, yep.
Yeah.
So this is like something extra you can offer. Here is the screening outcome. Here is the recommended lenses type. We also, I mean, you know, locally what we do is we also tell our partners, optician partners, to at least have one good version of Ishihara. I don't want to argue with Gary, because, you know, the quick tester on the phone looks way fancier. But if we have an Ishihara there as well, the patient can also have this experience like, they knew that before they never seen, they don't see anything. But then you show again Ishihara, it's like also a wow moment. So you can also perform this here, or you can perform with the screener tester, the quick tester. And here is some information about the condition, how it affects daily life, which lenses to choose, which lenses can offer what changes. And also certainly we have a sunglasses version, which is like not as effective as the others because we need light to offer color. So the sunglasses definitely has less light coming through. But if you are if you have color vision deficiency and you want to wear sunglasses, it makes sense that you wear the lenses that can also give you some more from the world. And here is, okay, just a little recap of how to use it. Here are some testimonials and also the reflective stylish add-on. So this is like the 3 pages. It's a PDF you can print out, you can hand out. So it's like, it looks like a complete service. And yeah, I definitely think that you should charge the patients because then you perform like a full service here.
We haven't prepped this evening. Balaz and I haven't said what's going to happen. I just had a rough idea. So none of this is pre-rehearsed. Steve, you put them on, and I haven't prepped you, and nor have you, Raman. Would you mind just really briefly just saying what your experience of this is and how you found it?
Well, I can't get any. I think probably one page on the Ishihara test. I can't. I'm a strong proton. So when I put them on, reds and greens within about, I'll say, because I'm fairly old, to be honest with you. So, it took me about 10 minutes of time to actually sort of get into it, if you like. And the reds and greens are fantastically different. I think I picked out every single number on the Ishihara test. Every single one.
How'd that make you
bar
feel?
one, which is guaranteed.
Steve, how'd that make you feel?
Oh, it's incredible. And a friend of mine did exactly the same thing, and he's a strong proton. And so I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. And then, of course, then looking around, it was a bit of an education because your brain does take a bit of time to get used to it. You're not used to seeing colours like that. And then when you put them on and you walk around, looking at flowers, and I noticed strangely daisies, for example, the brightness of daisies, and I could then see the challenges in colours between autumnal colours, for example, would be the classic one, reds and greens and blah. So it's incredible, absolutely incredible. It's something you could not describe.
Just to stick to time, Steve we only had a few kits in the UK. Steve picked one up from a head teacher. Really, really briefly, what did that head teacher say to you about the kid that was running away? And
well, basically speaking, they noticed the fact that he had horrendous painting, effectively, and all the colours were wrong. So they basically tested him with the AI test and or the short test, and put a pair of red, as a strong proton, and immediately went running out into the playground. I can see colours, and also all the children with him said, "What colour's that? Which colour is this? Which colour's that?" And also, after he took them off, about half an hour afterwards, he could still see the correct colours, even though he took them off.
Incredible.
Which is incredible.
And the head teacher cannot wait. The head teacher's begging me, what practice can this child go into? This makes me so sad that independent practices don't even pick up the phone. There's 4 practices close to this postcode. They don't even pick up the phone. And when I have got through to them, I've explained to the receptionist, no one's got back to me. What I want to create for you all is we go into the schools, we give them the test. I'll be creating between 5 to 10 new patients for you a week, and the word will spread. Now, what else is interesting? Color deficiency comes from mum. What I've been doing is saying to the curious minds, is saying that take this test, find out who else in your family is color deficient. And they're going and doing it and finding you more new patients. So it will spiral out of control. I love the fact that we are just independents here, and that we actually have something that isn't going to cost £90,000 to differentiate ourselves. Something really inexpensive and simple and wholesome. Raman, tell us about your experience.
You came to visit the practice. You had
It was in January, wasn't it?
It was in January before 100% optical, and you just said, "Roman, pop these on."
Yeah.
I was like, "All right then, I'll pop them on." And
Subway.
after about a few minutes, I was like, something feels a bit odd. And then a bit like Steve, Ishihara is a bit of a non-goer. Even though I do the test, I get patients to do the test. I know what the numbers are. I can't actually see them. I then took the lens off, and the numbers just jumped out. It was almost like a almost 3D effect. That's how I describe it as. And then afterwards, the world just looked a bit different, which I wasn't used to. And then obviously, after a while, it returned back to my normal Roman self of the world around me. But yeah, I'm really excited about the product. I just want to get a better idea of how I can market this better in my practice.
And this very much was about what today was about, being with other practitioners that you're all geographically not too close to each other. But there's 2.5 million people with colour deficiency in the UK. There's enough for us to, with an abundance mindset.
2.7 at least.
2.7, there you go. Sorry, I missed a few 100,000. So the patient comes out of the testing room, you know exactly what the solution is. The dispensing optician or the clinical assistant does your regular eye test with the refraction and the prescription needed to correct. Then we recommend that you dispense a pair of glasses with a clip on. Steve, would you show, you happen to have one there?
Yeah, I've got one here, yeah. So basically that's actually, I'll show you this one. That's actually the clip-on, okay, if you can see that. Okay, and it clips onto a pair of specs of your choice. That's actually for, that's not actually the strong proton version. And it clips on to a frame like this.
Now,
Okay, as you can see, like that.
Thank you, Steve. We don't make our money necessarily from eye exams and sight tests. We make our money from selling spectacle lenses and frames generally. So we don't want to force you into any particular frame. So you get the lens as a blank size. So you can glaze this thing into anything you want. Like, there's no restriction on that. Balaz tells me that patients don't like to have them on all the time. That's why they have the option. Plus, you get 3 points on your license if you drive with this thing after twilight. It's really important. We're telling our patients after twilight, you run the risk of breaking highway code. And if you want a disclaimer to make sure that you told them so they don't come back at you, that's not a bad thing. It's a brilliant thing. We will help you with your marketing. As far as the price is concerned, roughly they're £100 a pair to you. Roughly, I still haven't quite got it to the nearest penny. You can charge around £250 for these lenses a pair, and it's perfectly reasonable. If it's an adult and they just want the type that clips over a frame, it's not as attractive, then that will last them a lifetime. If you're glazing it into a specific frame, they might want 5 over a lifetime. A child that you're dispensing a size 42 eye size, you will look after them up to 10 to 12 times and change. This is groundbreaking work. We were in the Optician last week. There's a snooker player that wasn't sure what the brown ball was and had to ask the umpire. Steve's doing some great work with cricket. I'm trying to contact Sky News because there's a Sky presenter that openly said last week, I couldn't read the map, the red and the blue and all the colours. It was really
Talking
difficult.
about television.
So we are so excited about this. You guys are the first. We go forward with it. We Balaz and I really just want to keep it to around 100 practices to begin with. We want to be at 100 by Christmas. I will support you every step of the way. Every single step. We will support you and help you and share best practice. These will happen every month. Please come again. I promise they won't go past half an hour, because sometimes optical things can go on and on and on. You want to fall asleep. It's your dinner time. So in the group, Harsh isn't in the group. He's the only one that's not in the group. Nor is Harry. I will put you both in the group. Ask your technical questions. They'll all be answered within 24 hours.
Cool.
I'm really
Just a
grateful
quick
to you all
question.
coming tonight. Next month, we'll dive even deeper, but I would hope that all your questions are answered between now and next month. I'm very, very grateful to you. Balaz, do you have any words to say?
Well, maybe just to add, when you mentioned that people shouldn't use it after twilight. So it's not about because we are having like some special negative effect. This is the same situation with sunglasses because it's filter lenses. So you also cannot use, or
It's
you
in the
shouldn't
highway
use
code.
sunglasses.
It's in the highway code. You're not meant to wear a certain
Yes.
tint after twilight, after there. So I really appreciate everyone coming on today. I'm being quite strict with the time because I want you to come back next month. Are you all good with coming back next month and really using our WhatsApp to create a community between all you optometrists? This is the job of sight care. This is the job of the GOC. We're doing this for them. We're trying to help independents to differentiate themselves and do something different. I don't have the GOC support, nor do I have sight care support, and I don't care. We're just going to plow forward, and they'll come when they're ready.
Cool. Thank you so
We have
much,
Abdo's support, though,
Gary.
and we have the Optician and OT. They're really behind us.
That's
Well done, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Have a lovely evening, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, guys.
See you.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.
Bye bye.